Hi, Patrick here, and today we're going to be getting into a topic that I think is equally as important as starting your day, ending your day in a way that properly closes down the system. Now, before we get moving, don't forget to like if you do, share, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, please. Don't forget to touch the notifications icon, as this will let you know when I put out new videos on all things psychologically minded. I'd firstly like to ask you a few questions before we get stuck into today's information. So consider these 4 questions. At the end of the day, on most days, in the evening, do you generally feel, firstly, dissatisfied with what you achieved in your day? And secondly, worried about your sleeping? And third, dwelling on 1 or 2 things that you think went wrong in your day? And the fourth one is focused and overwhelmed on what you think needs to be done tomorrow. Now, if you answered yes to 2 or more of those questions that we just talked about, then listen carefully to this information, as I'm going to shed some light on the top things to do at the end of your day to help create a good night's sleep and also the best start to tomorrow, I think. Now, I'm finding in my practice that more and more clients are talking to me about feelings that they have about this never-ending list of tasks and to-dos. I'm constantly hearing, I can't get everything done. And then it falls to the next day, and I don't sleep as I'm worrying about how am I going to get through the next day ahead. And it's true. For many of us, myself included at times, it seems that we're in this rat race during the day. And when the evening finally comes, we're so exhausted that we don't enjoy our downtime or family time or just time just for us. Now, many people also tell me they feel so exhausted at night but still cannot sleep, the wired but tired situation. Sound familiar? Well, I'm here to tell you, you can make small changes in your life, and if you do them consistently, they will lead to changes in your day, your energy levels, and your meaning and your purpose in your life. And the solution to the rat race is to find a few nightly practices you can do consistently every night to reduce the stress in your day and also the exhaustion at nighttime. And I'm first going to ask you to just slow down. Now, as I say this, you may be instantly thinking, slow down? What are you talking about? I'm not getting enough done. If I slow down, it'll get worse. I'll get nothing done. And I know this message will sound sort of almost counterintuitive, but stay with me as I'm going to explain why the act of slowing down in your evening will give you the best chance of a better day ahead, as the way in which we end our day sets us up for how the next day will begin. So let's look at the top 10 things you can do to end your day. Now, firstly, take stock of the day that was. And so what I mean by that, in the evening, when you get home, it's helpful to reflect on your day. Rather than getting home and instantly distracting yourself with chores, just stop and review the day. Make a list on paper of 3 things you think went well in the day. This could be having a nice cup of coffee in the morning or a brief chat with a colleague. Whatever it is, write down 3 good aspects of your day. Then I want you to reflect on the 3 things that could have been better. Do you owe an apology to someone you spoke harshly to? Maybe you had 1 too many coffees. That's definitely me. Or you wish that, that you'd just cut back. Whatever it is, write them down. If you can address the 3 things that you wish had been better tomorrow, then think of a mental plan of how to change it the following day. Maybe you want to apologize to someone, or you're going to bring decaf coffee to work in place of the additional coffees you've had today. This is about not repeating the same habits or things done tomorrow. Keeping your side of the street clean, so to speak, so you're not carrying the things over to the next day. There's nothing like really starting your day fresh in the morning and seeing it as a new day to make any changes you wish. Now, the second thing is to show your thanks. Now, very much along the same lines as what I've just talked about, I urge you to keep a long-term gratitude journal, or buy one specifically as your gratitude journal that you keep beside your bed. Write down 5 to 10 moments in your day that you're thankful or grateful for or delighted about. You will become more aware of the very subtle things that take place in your day that maybe you never reflected on before. It could be that, look, my work colleague held the door open for me this morning, or the coffee I ordered was extra creamy and I enjoyed it. And I know we just keep coming back to coffee. But as you develop this gratitude journal each night, you will begin to notice all the positive things that you never really paid attention to. Practicing daily gratitude can change your life in the long term. Now, the third one is putting the gadgets down. We have access to so many electronic gadgets these days, right? The iPhones, the Androids, the smartphones, the iPads, the Google Home devices. If you want to have the best sleep and set yourself up for the day ahead, pick a time you will step away from your gadgets. Even watching TV is stimulating and can lead to poor sleep. And look, it's pretty obvious that many of us enjoy catching up on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, Pinterest, TikTok. But it can also be stressful as many of us get caught up in the comparisons and the grass is always greener. So do your checking for a set period of time and then put the devices away until the next day. Maybe read a book or sit with a nice relaxing cup of herbal tea. Your body and mind need to prepare for sleep, and the best way to do this is to decompress and let these things go. Now, the fourth thing is letting water wash it away. The benefits of a warm bath and shower cannot be underestimated. It can help to soak off the day, so to speak, and mark the end of the day that was. Maybe you run a bath with magnesium salts, which relax the muscles, or you enjoy a bath with relaxing music playing in the background. Use it as a way of just relaxing and being in the warmth. Even if you shower in the morning, a nightly shower or bath can signal the end of the day and also very much relax you for your sleep. Find something that reminds you of how fortunate you are while also inspiring you to accomplish outstanding work is a good way to close each day. It's entirely up to you to make your choice. A book of daily affirmations, a biography of personal heroes, a spiritual or religious book, or Bob Dylan's lyrics are all possibilities. Give yourself the gift of a few minutes to read and ponder before turning off the light, whatever your meaningful choice is. The sixth point is preparing your space. In the evening, it's helpful to assess your space, where you sit, eat your dinner, and where you sleep. Spend the time to make sure you have a comfortable space to eat, relax, and sleep. Maybe you need to think about the temperature of the rooms, the bedding, or even the couch you sit on. Do you need an extra blanket? A soft pillow on the couch? Maybe you want to sit at a table to eat your dinner rather than on the couch whilst watching the news. All these small changes will create your evening environment and will assist you in relaxing and letting go of your day. Now, my evening routine of preparing the environment also cues my mind and body that it's okay to let things go, and also just to look after myself. And the 7th point is, where is the music? If you know you have a few things to get done when you get home from work or study, think about turning on some music. Think deeply about the kind of music you enjoy or have enjoyed in the past. Make a playlist and turn it on in the evenings. You could even decide to do a new task with each new song so you don't get too distracted with one task only. This keeps your nightly routine moving and settles your mood by the time you go to bed. And we all know, or if we don't, I'll say it, music has the ability to lift our spirits. Seriously, try it. And the 8th point is picking your outfit. Now, it sounds simple, right? And sometimes you may think, why bother? But the act of thinking of the day ahead and laying out your clothes is a form of organization and preparation for the day ahead. If you tend to exercise in the morning, make sure your sports clothes are ready and easily accessible. There's nothing worse than racing around in the morning trying to find your sports clothes or outfit for the day ahead and realizing you need to iron it or it's not washed. It's like seriously smelly. Generally, our mornings are already packed with so many things to do. Choosing your clothes just becomes, it's like this added hassle. And you can always put your necessities at the front door, like your car keys and your wallet and your purse, etc. Just these few minutes will save you a ton of time tomorrow morning. And then when you seriously add it up and you multiply it by the number of times that we do this, it adds up to multiple hours. Now, number 9 is journal it out. Now, maybe you remember keeping a diary when you were younger. I certainly do, and it was such fun to write down everything that happened in my day, and then, okay, I hid it under my bed. But as children, we are often encouraged to write down our feelings. By adolescent years, this often leads to keeping a diary. But when we hit adulthood, we take on so many responsibilities and chores that these important things, they fall away, right? It only takes a few minutes at the end of your day to write in a journal. Give it a go. It doesn't matter what you write about, as it's your journal. It can certainly help to get your thoughts and feelings out of yourself and onto the page, which can lead to a better sleep ahead. Now, the 10th point, and I think this is pretty important just as the previous 9 are, is get lost in a book. Now, when was the last time you sat and read a novel? Not on your phone or iPad, but picked up a book and read it. It's one of the most calming and relaxing things you can do. Now, find a time in your evening that you wish to read and make it happen. Maybe only choose 10 minutes in the evening to start with, and that's perfectly okay. If you don't own a book, there is always a local library, or purchase one online. And the 11th point is take back control. Start to think about what is out of control and in control in the day ahead. Now, what I mean by this is maybe you have small children that need to be supervised in the morning and driven to school. Well, that is out of your control, as you have a responsibility to do this for their welfare, their well-being. But maybe you do have control about where you eat your breakfast in the morning, or even what you eat. Maybe you eat your breakfast in the car and would prefer to get up 10 minutes earlier to allow you to eat at the table. Start to think of those small decisions you make. And many, and I seriously mean many of these, will be a habit. And what you wish to change, small changes, can lead to bigger outcomes in time. Now, making changes in your evening schedule and consistently sticking to them will allow you to have the next day flow smoother and be more productive. Slow down. and think about what you've been doing out of habit in your evening and what you wish to change. We have spoken about gratitude and thanks today, as this is such a big part of changing our interface with our own life. As English author G.K. Chesterton once quoted, "When it comes to life, the critical thing is whether you take things for granted or take them with gratitude." So I ask you to pick 2 things you heard today that you don't already do in your evening and attempt to put them into place for 1 to 2 weeks every night. Now, I can't guarantee, but I'm pretty darn sure that you will see positive changes in how you feel in general, and also the way that you start the day the next day. Now, before I go, please like, share, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to touch the notifications icon, as this will let you know when I put out new videos on all things psychologically minded. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.